Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well today. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie Jade. I post videos over here at least 3 times a week. I've got a vlogging channel and I upload daily on TikTok too. So I hope you're doing very well today. In today's video, I am finally testing out the e.l.f. Halo Glow Foundation. I have had this on my wish list since before it was even released, and I've wanted to try it for so long, and we're now finally doing it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, leave me a lovely little comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already, because it means so much to me. But without further ado, let's get started. So as I said, I've been so excited to try this, and I finally got my hands on it. Every single time I'd been to Superdrug or Boots, this was always out of stock. And I went to the other day and they literally had one in stock in the right shade for me. They didn't have any testers, so I found it quite difficult to work out which was the right shade, especially when they had such limited stock. However, I went for the shade 3, which is light medium. Looks a little bit deep for my skin, for my face. However, matching it to my neck right now because it's a little bit more tan, looks a little bit better. And I matched it in store to the one that I used by IRL from Revolution. So it did seem to be the perfect shade match compared to that one. When I looked on the website, the shade range was very disappointing. So it only has 8 different shades, which is not inclusive at all. The lightest shade, they could have definitely gone lighter. The deepest shade, they could have definitely gone deeper. So I do think that's a little bit disappointing, especially with e.l.f. being such a big brand. They would have had the resources to be able to actually create something for everyone with this foundation. So I do think it's a little bit disappointing, but I want to test the actual product itself. This is the Halo Glow Liquid Filter Foundation Glow Booster for Radiant Skin. It has had so much hype online that I've literally not been able to get my hands on it. They don't even have testers in store or anything. But yeah, I'm really excited to try it. So it's infused with squalene and hyaluronic acid, which we like. This glow booster creates a skin-enhancing, soft focus effect for effortless radiance. It's the only filter you'll ever need. So to me, this sounds a lot like the Revolution IRL Filter Foundation, which is my absolute favourite. So I'm really excited to give it a go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it to my skin. I have already primed my skin with the IRL Skin Pore Blurrer by Revolution because it's one of my favourites, and I would use that if I'm using this kind of foundation. So hopefully it'll go quite well together. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it to my skin, blend it in on one half of the sponge, the other half with a brush, and see how well it performs with both different methods. And just see how good it is, see what we think, and just do an overall review. So I'm going to get started. So when I open this up, it has a giant dofer, which is similar to the Conceal and Define Foundation by Revolution, but it's also very similar to their concealer, their e.l.f. Camo Coverage Concealer, which I use all the time. I actually need a new one of those. Well, I actually did get a new one, I've just not opened it yet. And yeah, I love this kind of method of application. I think it is so easy to apply, especially when I'm using it for like filming videos and stuff like that. Just gonna grab a mirror and I'm gonna start to apply it. I've been so looking forward to trying this foundation and see even if it really is worth all the hype. So, okay, it does look quite a good colour. It might have a bit of a pinky undertone for me, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It does look to be a little bit pinky, but as I said, the shade range is very disappointing. So, got a little bit here. It does seem to apply quite easily. Around my eye. Get a little bit more. The dofer I don't think holds loads and loads of product, so you do keep having to dip in. But that's not exactly a problem. Some up there. I'm literally just applying it how I would apply a normal foundation. I want to use all the same products, all the same techniques, so it's a fair test. So afterwards, I'm going to be using my regular concealer, bronzer, blush, highlight, all those kind of things to see how well it works with them and how well it blends in with all those. So that's how it's looking now I've applied it. Looking a little bit messy, but it's fine. We're going to go in on this side first with a sponge. I do prefer to use a brush for blending in my makeup, but I do like to give it a fair test and try both ways. So this is the sponge I'm using. It's just a Real Techniques one. It's a beauty blender. I'm just going to start to tap this in. Okay. I think that the sponge is sucking up quite a bit of product, because it looks to be shearing it out quite a lot there. But this is the reason that I don't really use sponges as much, because it does suck up quite a bit of the product. But first impressions there, it looks really nice on my skin. It is making my skin look glowy but not greasy or oily. Nice healthy glow. Just going to keep blending that. I quite like it, but as I said, it's kind of shaded the foundation out a little bit. I'm going to try this side with the brush now. So for this, I'm using the e.l.f. Kabuki HD brush, I think it is. Yeah, the flat top HD Kabuki brush by e.l.f. And instantly, I can see a difference to the coverage. I wouldn't say it's the best coverage on the planet, but it is really, really nice. And it does look a lot better so far blending it in with a brush. Yeah, you can literally see the differences already, which I love. Just going to keep blending this in till I'm happy with it. Like, it actually looks quite nice blending in with the sponge, but it just looks so much better with that brush. It looks a lot more glowy, a lot more alive, and it's just that coverage is really, really there with the brush compared. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit more to the side and then blend that in with a brush just to make them match. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get a little bit more. But the actual product itself feels really, really silky, and it feels quite hydrating on my skin as well, which I really like. So I'm just getting a little bit more. But I feel like I definitely went in with the right shade for this. They didn't have any lighter than this one, but the one darker was way too deep for my skin tone, so I'm quite glad that this is the one that I went for. So I'm just getting a little bit more here for the coverage. Yeah, it's quite a buildable one because we're just applying this on top and it's just blending beautifully in. But so far, no flaws. Like, I love this. It looks really, really nice. It has helped with my under eyes. You can still see the puffiness, but that's going to be there anyway because of my eyes. But that glow that it's giving me, it's giving me like a healthy glow, but like I said, not looking oily or anything. Okay, what I want to do now, I'm going to move on and we're going to start with the rest of my makeup and see how well it all blends in together. But so far, I really like it. I'm using my IRL Filter Finish Concealer. It's got a weird doe, but I really like it. Getting a little bit under there and a little bit under there just to neutralise those dark patches. But I actually really like how healthy this has made my skin look. So I looked on the back of the product and read that a little bit more in detail. And it says that you can actually mix this with a foundation to make like a better coverage foundation, or you can use it as a highlighter, you can use it as a foundation, or you can put makeup on top of it. Like, it's so diverse, which I like. So that's why it's not the best coverage on the planet, but I actually really like it. I think it's really complementing my skin. To say that I'm only into like full coverage foundations, like they're my favourite things, that's what I always go for. This might be a new favourite. I really, really like it. So that's how it's looking with the concealer. Really like the way that it's kind of just sculpted my nose there. Going in with my bronzer, I'm just using the Mega Bronzer by Revolution in the shade 2. Getting a little bit of that. I'm trying to use the products that I would use on a daily basis. I don't apply too much because I don't want it to be too extra. I want it to look nice and natural and glowy. I'm really into this. Just blending this out. Literally everything so far is just blending into it like a dream, like it's just blending straight in. Okay, everything right now is just working so well with it. I'm going to go with my blush. I think I'm going to use a powder blush today. And I'm going to go in with the Beauty Bay blush from the Face palette. I'm going to go with a mixture of the two because I love them both so much. So a bit of Peaches and a bit of Rosebud. I'm just going to start to apply some here and here. And then I'm going to rub off the excess and blend it out because this is so pigmented. That's blending in quite nicely, to be fair. I wasn't sure how well it'd do because I've got a bit of dryness over here with some blemishes. But it is still blending out really nicely. Blend it up with this side as well. Yeah, gorgeous. I'll just try it with some liquid products, with some powder products, and see how it works with them all. So far, I'm impressed, and so far it's doing a really good job. I'm very disappointed with my under eyes, but that is nothing to do with the products. That's just right now my under eyes are very, very puffy. This is how we're looking. I didn't want to go too heavy on any of the face products. I want it to be more of a natural look and more glowy. Now I'm going to go in with some highlight, but I don't want to use too much because we're already quite nice and glowy here. I just want to use a little bit. I'm taking the highlight from that same palette here, which is called Precious. And it's very, very pretty and very, very pigmented. So I'm only going to use a tiny bit about here. Like I said, I don't want to use a lot because it's already rather glowy. I just want to target certain areas, like down center to my nose and the very tops of my cheekbone there. Yeah, even the highlights blending in gorgeously. Oh, I'm so impressed. I used to really like this. I wasn't sure whether I was going to go mad for it or just be so disappointed by it. So I just want to show you what it looks like in daylight with no artificial lights at all. This is how it's looking on my skin. And honestly, I'm really liking it. The texture of my skin feels really, really nice. It feels quite glowy but not oily or greasy or anything. Yeah, I really, really like it. I'm going to try to sort out my under eyes a little bit. So I'm using the She Glam Insta Ready powder with a powder sponge, if I can get into it. And I'm going to put some under my eyes to hopefully mattify them and just make them look a little bit smoother. I really want to try the Treatwell Cosmetics powder puff because I've heard amazing things about that for the under eyes. And my under eyes just could really do with a bit of help. Hoping that this might help a bit. Do you know what? I do think that's really helped there. Let's try the other eye. This is probably one of my favourite face powders, well, my under eye powders. It's a 2-in-1 one, so you get a loose powder in the bottom but then a pressed powder in the top. It's very similar to the one that's just been brought out by Revolution, the IRL one. But yeah, I do like it. I think it really does help to set my under eyes and look a little bit more smooth, less puffy and creased and things like that. Yeah, I quite like that. So this is how it is looking. I am really, really impressed by the foundation. I really, really like it. What do you guys think? I think it's really, really nice. Overall, I think it probably will land in my top 3 foundations. And I do think it's going to be one that I'm going to start using quite a lot. It was £14. Do I think it was worth the money? Probably yes. I think a lot of drugstore foundations nowadays are around the £9.99 mark. So it's a little bit more pricey, but it is really, really nice. I love the way it's left my skin feeling. I'm not really into glowy foundations as much. I prefer a full coverage matte foundation. So the fact that I'm liking this more medium coverage glowy foundation is really saying something, because this just isn't the kind of thing that I would normally go for. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's really brightened my face up. I think it's really complemented my skin. Yeah, I really, really like it. So this is cruelty free and it is vegan as well, which I don't know if I mentioned, but I just wanted to mention there. Overall, absolutely love it. If I could change anything, I'd probably say to have tiny bit better coverage, but that is just me. I feel like the better the coverage, the more blank canvas you start with, the better the end result. For me personally, everybody's skin's different. I just find for me, it makes it a lot better, especially for my under eye area. But you know what? I actually think that combination of that foundation mixed with the concealer mixed with the powder has actually done my under eyes wonders. Like, I don't think my under eyes have looked like this in a long time. Like, they're feeling really, really good. So that is it. That is my final review on the e.l.f. Halo Glow Foundation. I cannot believe it's taken me this long to try it, and now I love it. I'm going to be using it in like all my videos. Thank you so much for watching this. I'd love to hear your opinion on this, or you guys think of it, if you've tried it, if you want to try it. I think the only disappointing thing is that shade range. I think it's so disappointing, because 8 shades, that is nothing. Like, compared to the different skin tones that are out there, there's not going to be something for everyone there, which I think is very disappointing. However, the actual product in itself is very, very good. I really like it, and I definitely would buy it again. Thank you so much to everyone who has watched this video, and thank you to everyone that has stayed till the end. Please don't forget to like this video, leave me a lovely little comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. Really, really does help me out. But that is it for me for today, and I really hope I get to see you next time. Bye!